Hi, the topic today is how to be highly effective, but I'm focusing on rejection is a step to appointment. Rejection is a step to appointment. First and foremost, let me congratulate Nigerians, especially the Super Eagles, for thrashing Cote d'Ivoire 1-0 today. Today is a beautiful day. At least Nigeria has, shown another side of them. They've shown that, something. So today is a beautiful day. Nigerians are celebrating the victory of Super Eagle. Nigeria played with Cote d'Ivoire. Nigeria trashed Cote d'Ivoire. At least we can be proud of Nigeria. We've shown that something positive. We've shown another side of us. But obviously, I'm aware that something big is in Nigeria. So the topic being rejection is a step to appointment. Once you are rejected, that shows you've been appointed. In the Bible, where Jesus Christ said, a rejected son has become the cornerstone of the house. So that is one thing about life. When you are rejected, it is a symbol, it is a sign, it is a signpost to appointments. You've been elevated. Just like a child. A child, when we are born small, means that we've been rejected. But then, on the other side is appointment. Just like day and night. So, life is so beautiful if you understand the meaning of things. What God has hidden in his wisdom. So, because if you don't know, you start cursing yourself. You start cursing the night. So rejection is practically appointment. So if you are going for interview or doing something, there's a kind of vision or anything and is being rejected, is a sign that you should continue. It's a sign that you will succeed. It's a sign that you've been appointed. So I will use this story to illustrate what I mean by rejection is appointment. When I was about to marry, my wife today, she requested for her boss to approve her, for her boss to approve so that she could do theater nursing. But the man rejected it for no obvious reason. But that rejection made her to come home. And her coming home, created an environment for us to see. So rejection is good because it prepares you, because it opens avenue for you. So because the irony of life is that something you don't, things that you don't expect to happen are what normally happen. But those things you expect to happen, they don't happen. So things work in the opposite direction. So the man you reject today, or the program or something you rejected today, is going to be the light tomorrow. So whenever you are down, whenever you are stressed out or depressed, know that something positive is coming. So you have to hang on. You have to keep going. You have to keep on grinding. Because, only few people can see the day, can see the night and understand that the night is a day. It's because behind the night is a beautiful day. So don't get depressed. Don't get stressed out for anything. Because the future is bright. Because if you look beyond the obstacle, beyond the challenges, you're already made. You're already successful. So I do tell people that, look, your deficiency is your strength. your deficiency, is what qualifies you. So don't let any form of deficiency or any form of lack, depress you, because that lack is what qualifies you. For instance, what makes us superhuman on earth is because of our flesh. Our flesh is a kind of weakness, it's a liability on us. But on earth, it is an asset. That is why all manners of spirits, we can defeat them, because we have flesh. Because God created the earth for people who have the body. So spirits don't have body. And because they don't have body, they are incapable of operating here. They have to operate here based on our permission. That is why we are super. That is why God has made us God on earth. I always tell people, say, look, God has blessed you beyond what you can imagine, beyond what can see. You have to be proud of yourself. You have to be confident of yourself. You have to show confidence. You have to rise above your fear. I was reading today a kind of trial in the Facebook where they said people are known for their silence. The foolish people are known for their speeches, but the genius or the wise people are known for their silence. I said, this is deceitful. That kind of philosophy is wrong. Silence cannot be. Silence is a problem in a society. God never created us to be silent. God himself is never silent. It's because you don't understand. Then you think God is silent. God is not silent. God is speaking all the time, but you are not hearing. So we ask God to, reveal to us who he is, so that we can understand. So that when we encounter this kind of philosophy or theology or any form of teaching or knowledge that tells you that you have to keep quiet. Have you forgotten that God operates on 3 principles? One is principle of love. One is principle of faith. And the third, one is principle of love. The second one, principle of faith. The third one, speaking out. Because whatever you speak out, whatever you've spoken is what you become. Whatever you speak out is what you become. That's why Jesus said, for you to go to heaven, you must confess that Jesus Christ is Lord. If you don't confess it, nowhere. You can do anything, but you must confess it. So, because what you don't proclaim doesn't exist. But once you proclaim it, that is it. That is all you need. That is the fundamental things. Imagine when Jesus Christ wanted to raise Lazarus, and he went to the grave and he kept quiet. Do you think Lazarus will rise up? No. He said, rise up. So whatever you confess, that is what you are. So that is how God has made us God. It's your choice to be silent. So if you're silent, you damage yourself. The society will always want us to be silent. And that is why they seem to, elevate people who are silent. But in the long run, you see that if you are silent, they've destroyed you. You don't have a future. So I encourage people, because whatever you speak, that is what you become. Silence is not golden. Please, silence is not golden. But we were taught in the school that silence is golden, and because of that, people keep quiet over things that happen in the country and in the world today. Because we are silent, that is why we have series of killings, we have series of kidnapping, we have series of, defraud, corruption, and everything going on. Because silence is like night. The evil people will take advantage of it. They look around in the night, just the same way they look around in the silence. If you speak out, like now, somebody kills somebody and you speak out, the person can no longer have a place to hide. But if you keep quiet, that's it. That means you are complicit to it. You are part of the crime. So until we reverse this philosophy of believing that silence is golden, we're not making any headway. Silence is not golden. The oceans, they speak. The mountain, they speak. Lions, they speak. Everything God created speaks. But boy, you don't, because you don't hear it, you say they're silent. They're not silent. If the river, if the ocean is silent, go and jump inside it and see whether it will not swallow you. So we have once in a life opportunity to be great because God has already pronounced it that we are great. Then it is left for us to accept it. And also my message to people who are killing is this. You are practically wasting your time. There is no way through killing you can achieve what you want to achieve. Because God has made us to be here permanently. You know, the earth belongs to man. So regardless of if you are killing in order to hide your crime, in order to hide your intention, it's not going to work. You are wasting your time. And besides, you are bringing cost onto yourself by killing people. Have you forgotten that God created us in his own image? Do you know that the person you are killing today is God? Until you come to the realization that your fellow human being is God in two legs, you cannot understand anything. That is the basis of understanding. That is the basis of every human being. That is the basis of every operation you want to do in this life. The single most important knowledge, everybody supposed to have. That we are created in God's image and therefore God has made us God. That is my children will say the barest minimum knowledge. Or they call it the bare minimum. That's the least thing, you know. I'm not talking about rocket science. I'm talking about the smallest knowledge. So until we become aware of this revelation that God has made us God, that God created us and in his own image, we cannot operate peacefully. We cannot, utilize the potential God has, given to us. Because do you know that you'll be praying for God to make you a billionaire or a millionaire? But you don't know that your brother has a knowledge how to make you that. And then you go and kill your brother. Then if you kill that your brother or your neighbor, how are you going to achieve that thing you intend to achieve? So our neighbors are God. You are God. Your neighbors are your God. So stop killing your own people. Stop killing yourself. Stop killing people around you because you are preventing yourself from having peace of mind. You are preventing yourself from having that love, and you are preventing the world the gift of God. I see terrorists kill millions, thousands. This is insanity. And yet, you are looking at achieving something. Yet, you are having a vision. Because the person you are killing is the person that has solution to elevate you. Yet, you kill the person. Then after killing the person, you'll be praying and you see yourself in penury and poverty. Imagine if the war or the Germans had killed Albert Einstein. the theory of relativity will not be where it is today. We cannot measure the stars. We cannot put satellites in the sky or in the moon. Imagine Abateson was killed. Imagine Nelson Mandela was killed. South Africa wouldn't have independence today. So this is the same way you are kidnapping just because you want to have 1 million. You go and kill somebody. That is the height of insanity. That's the height of stupidity. Because you don't know that that person you are killing is God. That person you are killing is the one that will make you successful. So it's not a rocket science. God is saying it every day, day in, day out. He's saying that your fellow human being is God. Stop looking for me. If you are looking for me, look for your fellow human being. Stop praying for God. Pray. The thing is, your fellow human being is the God. So if you don't have love for your neighbor, then you don't have love for God. Then your prayers will never be answered. It's just like a man who hates his wife. The man who hates his wife, his prayer is never answered. So hating your wife is counterproductive. Just as killing a human being is counterproductive. It does not. Well, there was something I was telling people. I said, look, go to the homes of people who kill. After 10 years, 20 years, you see poverty there. Now, if you go and take what does not belong to you, you brought cost to yourself. You brought a serious cost to yourself. Just like a criminal. After like 10 years, poverty, takes over the household. So killing a fellow human being or killing anybody is counterproductive. You are already bringing cost on you because God has already pronounced that every human being is dead because of sin. So you killing a human being, you are buying another man's problem. Because already a human being, God has pronounced us that we are dead because of sin. And then you are rushing to kill the person, put the person quickly. Then in that process, you are buying another man's problem. You are putting cost on yourself. A man who's already going to die, you go and kill him. You're wasting your time. So when I look at people, I say, what is the problem with my people? Why will I keep silent over the kidnapping in Nigeria, over the killing in Nigeria? For what? When I've already got the knowledge that killing another person is counterproductive, useless. It's a waste of time. And then we see these things happening every day. And we are keeping quiet. Why will we be silent over evil things? So that is why I'm saying today that rejection is a step to appointment. Because if you are rejected, it is a signpost, it is a sign, it's a symbol that you've been elevated. Second thing I'm saying today is about fear. You should not be afraid of anything. God is without fear. So the same thing, we should be without fear. God does not want us to fear anything. He doesn't want us to worry. He doesn't want us to be afraid. Because fear only, stifles the power, the potential you possess. God has created us to dominate, to rise above our fear. So why are we afraid? So when you are afraid, you are playing into the hands of the devil. You are a brother to the devil when you are afraid. Because God said the spirit of fear is not with him. it doesn't come from him. That means you are dining with the devil if you're afraid. And fear brings silence. Imagine what is happening in Palestine today. 24,000 Palestinians have been killed, and the world is silent over it. So people are not speaking up. People are not condemning the Israelites for killing 24,000 Palestinians. Look at the killing in Nigeria today. Look at the kidnapping in Abuja. And everybody, 250 million people are silent over it. If 1% starts speaking about it, you will see kidnapping disappear. Abattoirs said the most dangerous people are not the criminals. The most dangerous people are the silent, ordinary people who are going about not talking. And then you are telling me that silence is golden. God has given us a divine power to speak up. You know, that is a divine power. The act of speaking is divine. It came from God. And yet you don't use this divine power. You spend 90 years, you never, you know, say out that thing that is in your heart. And Batestin says it's a tragedy. Maya Angela said, even, you know, if you have something, you know, there's if you what you know it is somebody when you have something in your heart and you never express it, there is no agony worse than that. How can a human being whom God has created, whom God has made God, who possesses the whole power in the universe, cannot do anything? Remain like a chicken. I'm here to wake you up from your slumber. I am here to wake you up. Wake up from your slumber. You are a giant, you are a god, and yet you are silent over evil things, over things that happen. Even you can't even confess that Jesus Christ is Lord for you to have salvation. You can't even confess simple love from the mouth God has given to you. Because if you say it, your paymasters will withdraw their money. This is shameful. I cannot, just because of anything, fail to say out with the full energy God has given to me just because I want to take a crumb of bread. Come on. The whole universe belongs to you, and you are taking a cup of water. Somebody who has an ocean is struggling over a cup. Why? Because you are silent. It is foolish to be silent over evil thing. If you don't know how to speak up, learn how to speak up. It's not a rocket science. Start it. Speak up. Don't be silent, because silence is a symbol that you want everything to increase. It's a symbol that you are complicit. You are giving it a go-ahead. It is the approval. Imagine 3 people or 4 people are kidnapping people in Abuja, and out of 10 million people in Abuja, everybody is silent. Because 3 people. What if you're in danger? What are people who are staying abroad? So why can't we speak out? How can't we speak up? Why can't we speak out over things? The people who don't speak are dead people. It's only the dead that does not speak. So if you don't speak, that means you are dead. If you don't speak out, it means you are dead. Because silence belongs to the dead. How can we be silent over evil things? How can we be petty over evil things? Have you read in anywhere where the success belonged to the evil people? It never. Look at the way the world is today. How volatile the world is, because greater number of people are afraid. Afraid of what? You will still die. So today is a golden opportunity for you to have a rethink, for you to be introspective enough, for you to, take advantage of the life God has given to you. Do not be afraid of anybody. Because fear is something from the devil. So a man is not supposed to fear. Everything God created operates in the same principle. Fearlessness. And then why are we afraid? Because we don't want to take responsibility. Because we don't want to develop character like God ourselves. I ask you this question. Have you ever seen a lion eat grass? It's a question I'm posing to you. Have you ever seen lion eat grass? Or have you ever seen lion eating grass? Whichever one you want to eat. Lions do not eat grass, regardless of, even if they're going to starve to death, they don't eat grass. So is also a son of God, a child of God. Even if you want to kill him, he cannot tell lies. They are always immovable. Regardless of the amount of money you want to give them, you cannot bribe them to tell lies. The same strength the lion has is the same strength the mountain has. The mountain does not move. It's resolute, immovable, and unshakable. The lion is resolute, immovable, and unshakable in that very area God has given to it. When it comes to strength of eating, lion will never eat grass. If you like, starve lion for 20 billion years, lion will never eat grass. But if a human being is starved for 1 second, the human being confesses and starts eating shit, going back to his vomit. Because of 20 million, you betrayed your soul. Because of political appointment, you allowed Tinubu, who didn't qualify, who has no, who didn't win election, to become a president. So if you were a lion, you start eating grass. Imagine a child of God is telling lies. If it's not possible, God will not say, be as holy as your Father in heaven. Christ will not say, be as innocent as a dove. So why will you tell lie just because you want to ride S-Class? You want to ride car. You want to ride Mercedes-Benz. You want to ride Range Rover. Because of that, you told lies. Because you want to live in a beautiful house. Because you want to become a minister. My God. My people perish for lack of wisdom. Just because you want to have a car, you go and kill your brother. Just because you want to ride a car, you go and tell lies. You've compromised yourself. You've made yourself a slave. And woe be unto that country, a slave is made a king. If a slave is made a king, the people will suffer. And that is what Nigeria is doing today. Nigerians are suffering because we made a slave person a king. We've decided to make somebody a slave. A slave doesn't mean a slave. What it means, somebody whose mental capability, somebody who is colonized in the head. Somebody who has no thinking of his own. That is a person that is a slave. A person colonized in the head is a slave. What is the sign? Suffering. So, even look at a cat. A cat, starve a cat in the house. The cat, that lion, will never eat grass. Daniel was put in the dungeon. Lion's den. He never changed his story. But if we are put in a dungeon, we change our story. Just so that we can come out and become a slave. If Nelson Mandela had decided to accept money, he wouldn't become a president. He wouldn't become as popular. He wouldn't become an icon of the world. He had opportunity. They tried to bribe him to give up his pursuit for his own people, for the liberation of his own people. He said, no, my mission is very clear. There is no amount of money, there is no amount of political appointments you give me that will make me to shortchange myself and my people. But Nigerian, give him an appointment, he will shortchange. He will even help you carry out the crime. Like the River State person, he helped Tinubu to win election that belongs to Obi. And then today you are slave, suffering. He has brought cost to himself. So character is the most important thing. And that most important thing is something we've taken for granted. A man of God, a child of God is unshakable. A child of God is immovable, resolute. There is no amount of pressure, there is no amount of fire, there is no amount of persuasion that will make him to deny Jesus Christ that is our Savior. If you put knife under his throat, all I know is Jesus Christ. Because he knows that he is already alive, even if he's dead. It's only a foolish person who thinks that a dead person doesn't live forever. If you die in Christ, you will live forever. Because Christ has risen, he has conquered death. So why are you afraid? It's a shameful thing that my fellow Nigerians, just because you want to become a minister, you told lies. Just because you want your own tribe to become something, you told lies. You brought poverty in your own tribe. Check all the people that have been ruling Nigeria since 1967. See how poor they are today. There's something Sanusi said. Sanusi said, the North, you've been having power for almost 40 years, but poverty is their home. Ignorance is the home. Political volatility is there. Killing is there. Death is there. Poverty is there. So taking power that doesn't belong to you, you are bringing cost onto yourself. It's just like when you stole somebody's money. Somebody's sweat, you're taking it. You brought cost yourself. It's not different. Have you read in the Bible when somebody took the wife of Abraham? 2 times somebody took the wife of Abraham. God brought poverty to the person, brought death and poverty. It's the same thing that happens to us today. The person had to ask Abraham, please come and take your wife. So if you do gara, say you are smart, you brought cost to your family, cost to your tribe, cost to everybody. See what is happening in the North today. They've been ruling power for almost 40 years. But that place has become a poison place. So smart people don't take what doesn't belong to them. Beside, rejection is appointment. Your deficiency is your strength. Your deficiency means you are qualified. Never in your life say you are not qualified for anything you want to be. A child demonstrates that. A child is looks like it's not qualified, but that is where everything lies. So I'm winding down now. I'm summarizing. Rejection is appointment. If people reject you, you've succeeded. I do tell people, if people hate you, thank God, you are successful. But if people love you, you are in trouble. If you do something, everybody likes it, you are in trouble. Because hate and God, they don't work together. So whenever people hate you, thank your God, you are successful. So if you like, keep on hating people. The more you hate people, the more you give them success. It's just like persecuting a Christian. The more you kill Christians, the more they multiply. The more you hate people, the more his wealth and success. Go along, carry your hatred, throw it everywhere. You are bringing cost to yourself. You've forgotten that it is the pot that has the chemical and the what do you call it? The acid that it corrodes. So if you like, keep on mixing hatred. It will finish you. If you like, hate everybody, keep on hating. You are bringing cost to yourself. And besides, hatred only empowers the person that is being hated. So rejection is an appointment. Weakness is strength. That brokenness, that is what God requires. He says it's a lamb. A lamb is cannot do anything. But that is where power lies. Wake up. Deficiency means you are qualified. Never say you're not qualified for anything you want to go for in life. If you want to be a president, you are 100% qualified. Ignore the naysayers. If you want to be a doctor, want to be a nurse, want to be anything, you are qualified. Because the person that created us is so powerful. And so we are also powerful. It is the devil and ignorance that is making you that you're not qualified for what you want to do. And that ignorance makes you to go and steal, makes you to rob people, makes you to do funny things. You are super qualified. You are super strong. You are never weak. Thank you.